What do you reckon, guys? Should we go in? We've had enough, yeah? Right. Okay, guys. Sorry. Let's sit there. No, go back away from the food supplies. Get out. Yeah. Go on, get my fridge. Okay. Right. So, that's him. He's happy. He's got a hot dog sausage. I'm chopped, so I'm not that happy. But let's get organised. First of all, let's get the communication device connected. Second of all, let's shake our banana milk cup. Thirdly, I want to give a big shout out to our metal supplier. And it's young Tom from DSC Engineering. Now, he's based in Westbury and he does make chassis, custom one-off chassis. He does all sorts of sheet metal fabrication. So, very interesting guy. And basically, if you give him a ring, I'm sure he'll be willing to help you if you have any fabrication issues. Obviously, like I say, he's helped me with a few issues. Well, there we go. There's one for you to expand if you want to see. Now, young Tom has supplied us with metal. Now, going out here to the dark realms of the universe, which has all got to come inside this before it gets damp. That'll be the next thing. But basically, these are our chassis legs. Now I know everyone's going to go, oh, it's not strong enough, it'll fall apart. And you've done it, it's not worth it. But, God, look furry. Tell you what. You've no idea what it's like working with cats. You know what they say? Don't work with cats or small children. Now that's just, you stay there, stay there, look that way. This here is another bit of steel, an offcut. It looks like it's some sort of drain channel. So with the gentle fold in the middle, that makes up the back half of our chassis, our boot floor. So that makes the back half of the boot floor. That'll go along from here, up there, and back to form my lip. And now, this is where it gets a bit of a shame. Unfortunately, he only had 2 lengths of this. And while he could have ordered some more in, that would have meant me waiting. And I'm not patient, man. So, I think what we did was we made a very, very sensible compromise, which was use what I had rather than go down the route of blah blah blah. I thought what I'll do is I'll use what he's got. I'm making it anyway, so is it really going to matter if it's I got a bed of 2 meters long, 6'6". I don't think it needs 6'6" long bed inside the back. So, by that rationale, you ain't going to get one. We're getting Kitty problems here. Because Kitty Longstocking wants to help. This I've got to cut down the middle, which I'll be enlisting the help of Plasma. And that will give me the 2 sill sections to go on here to here. So that's going to be chopped out, and then as you can see, if I look at it, if it goes according to plan, it's going to be slightly longer at the back. So I'm coming forward I'm lengthening the wheelbase basically. I know everyone's going to go, I'm going to go, well look, if I have to lengthen the wheelbase to get it to fit, I'm going to lengthen the wheelbase to get it to fit. I'm going to use what I've got. So by that thing, I'm going to use everything I can. And obviously, yeah, that chassis leg's not nailed in yet, so don't start thinking that's how it's going to be, because it won't be like that. Now the biggest idea, ow, get your claws out. The biggest idea is going to be, we're going to make up the new back end of the back floor. Oh, it's another cat arrived. Hello you, where did you come from? See if I can't guess. Oh, I'm flavour of the cat week again. If you can't hear them purring, can you sort of get off me, the pair of you? I mean, some of us are trying to do something here. Hey, this is what I do. Look, come on, you. Right, that's it. Listen, you two. I love you and all that crap, but can't you just go away? Go and do what cats do. Go hunt and gather. Look at this, hunt and gather. The only place they hunt and gather is around where I feed them. All right, get off. Oh, God. There you go. There's the fab cats. Well, they are wanting to fab, aren't they? Get your claws out of my leg. Get you. Right, anyway. Get your toe. Right. So, we're sitting down for a site meeting, as you can see. Get off. See, he's telling him to stop scratching my leg. Well done. Thank you, my little friend. Yeah. What do you think, guys? They're coming out. They're going at an angle. Do you see that? Can you see what these stupid things are doing? This one's hanging on my leg with its claws. This one's been gorgeous. Back away. Go and do some looking at the car. Go and do some planning of the car. Go on. Go help me. Right. Okay, well, they're not going to get off me, so they're going to get evicted. Right, eviction notices have been served. Thank you. Thank you, Perry. Now, stay down there. I mean it. Now, guys, so, stay out of my way. Stay out of my way while I'm discussing what I'm going to do. So, guys, as you can see, we've had a little bit of a dilemma. You have no idea how hard some of this is. Right, looking along there, you can see, I think it's tapering out. I'm going to do a few measurements. It might just be me. It could be me and it could be just me, but I'm going to see whether I keep them boxes parallel to that sill. I'm going to see what the gap in the middle is. Obviously the differential is going to be sitting about here where my pint of milk is. So we'll be looking straight down there, possibly. The pint of milk's the diff's going to be mounted onto the thing, and then, so therefore, the kick up on those is going to be a percentage. Obviously that will then form the rear bulkhead across. I'll have to do, I mean, I don't mind having a bit of an open space behind there, for the simple reason is I've got to do the radius arms, and the radius arms have got to go in somewhere, so the radius arms are going to have to fit, aren't they? Look, go away, you silly furry thing. Go away. Look, I'm trying to do something. Nobody wants to see you, right? So what the basic plan is, well, the basic plan is get that inside before it goes cold, get myself a table set up so I can work out what I'm going to do, and then I've got to make sure that I've got some sheets still coming, some actual big sheets, like 8x4. But that is for the roof, not for the car. So, yeah. It's going to be interesting. I said to you, do a little bit every day, and it'll gradually get done. So I did a load yesterday, and I've done a pretty good load today. So I think I'm going to just do some planning stage. I don't want to do any grinding now. I don't want to do any grinding or cutting. But I do like the idea of box sections, and I love the idea of that reinforcement. The box section is a few millimetres out on the sides. So I've got to sort of make it fit. I'll get it in there. Yeah, I've gone quiet. I know. Look guys, sometimes I have to go quiet because I'm planning. I know it's easy, but basically this is the idea. But I think, look at them, they're tapering out. So I think I might have to do something. I don't see why I can't have that taper out. Because obviously it's going to make my void at the back. But because I'm using an RS, I don't think I'm going to need it. So that was a little bit more difficult. See the idea though, can't you or not? Can you see? Or you guys? You're mad. It'll never work. It'll fall to pieces. You'll never do it from a wheelchair. No, bloody won't. Right, so clear off all that nastiness where it was rustle on the top of the spring box. Take that out, right? Then my new panel, which is there, is going to go back in. I'm going to have to put a piece in there because unfortunately that ripped out further. But I got some of that floor pan. I've got some of that in the bottom shed. So there's my kick up. There's the kick up. That's the kick up for the chassis. Now, we don't know whether that's high enough. Looking at it, it is. But we don't know. I don't know whether I want to come at an angle. Like, if you understand. If I make a kick up, I've got to do it up the right angle. Now, obviously, I haven't got any. I've only got my grinder and I've only got the welders. So I think what I'm going to try do is I'm going to try and go for a sort of a slight kick up like that. Or if I do it like that, I can put a brace from the top here down to the back of that chassis because it's going to be underneath the back of there, and therefore it'll be under the back of the body of the truck. So it isn't going to be the end of the world if I don't get that. But looking at the angle there, I think it's pretty obvious to see. Oh God, where's it gone? That's plans. Obviously, they do plans on these things, and they don't ever use them. Half the time, they do it draw, they don't use them. 10 inches, look. When he gets down there, he's 9.5. So he is running out quite a lot. OMG. Did I tell you that I trained as a ballet student? I don't know about cars at all, to be honest. Yeah. Oh, Jesus, why me? Anyway, so we, oh, God. Well, look. To all intents and purposes, and I mean this, that's 3 foot long. I don't know how far that is into the chassis leg, but I don't think it's going to much matter. Now, I have got a little bit of a thing there, but I think it's alright. I think she's alright. I think, right, I know this is going to sound silly, but I don't think that's going to matter if it's flaring out. It just means I've got to get a bit more creative with my triangulation point for the mounted plate. Somewhere it is. There, look, mounted plate. So, it's a shame because I tell you what, I'm going to try and tell you how much longer it's going, how long it's going to be. I mean, it's probably going to be 6 foot, because these are 6 feet long. They're 6 foot, so that's going to be. You get here. That's going to be about 6 foot on the back of there, which, taking into account your wheel arch and then the back of your body, I reckon that's going to come out exactly nearly spot on. I wish I had a better way of cutting these angles. I have got a chop saw, but the bloody blades fell to bits. I don't know if I can get a blade. Yeah, all right, we'll go and search for a chop saw blade, because that would, I could put the angles with the chop saw blade, couldn't I? And even though it might not be perfect, I mean, I've got enough to get around all that. I've got to get. I mean, I can see roughly what I'm going to do. I've actually, right. I know you're flying around. It's a long video, but I got some of that to come out of there, and I can replace it with a piece of this in the top, an X box. Make that, square that off, and then this piece of this, or a piece of something, or maybe even a piece of U section, because I need to put a radius arm cup, a radius arm mount in. I think I'm going to go for rose joints, possibly rose joints, which means I can then just use a Y fitting. So what I could probably do is use two pieces of angle, box it to the sill, and bring it back to the chassis leg. And that will give me a reasonably good location point for those radius arm, the radius rods or whatever they are. I don't know, radius arms. Anyway, so yeah. Now I know you can say it's on the fly. Of course, it's on the fly. I've had a look at these doors, and I think you might be in another video. You may well have said that the doors go too many different directions. I mean, the doors, the curvature I love is this here, but it's only really the same about there. From there, everywhere else, it alters. So, you'd end up cutting it, and then you look at this. This drops down, and then it goes up. These go up, and then they come out. So, real problem with the size at the minute. Whether I use the old doors or whether I try and use something else, I don't know. Obviously, I'm using the front doors, so the fronts are irrelevant. But on the backs, I'm seriously tempted to cut and dice as many of the scrap ones as I've got, and then use the wheel arch back in it. So I don't know. But I mean, look, this is all just an idea at the moment. So, well, it's not an idea. It's a work in progress. Hey, this is how to turn your into a practical, useful camping vehicle. The van life is calling me. Van life is calling me. Valhalla's calling me. Valhalla's calling me. Yeah. If he is, all I'm going to say to him is, can you give me enough time to finish that van? Anyway. So, turn you off there, guys. Like, subscribe. If you like watching this dribble, please feel free to watch more dribble. And if you don't watch dribble, don't watch this, because this is me in the shed cutting, slicing and dicing, along with my furry companion, who has just decided that he cannot leave me in the goddamn alone. So, but I think in a previous life he was an engineer, because he doesn't mind the grinder, he doesn't mind the welder, and he seems to eat metal filings. He loves them. So, sure they're not good for him. I've tried to keep him out of him, but he don't listen. He's a cat. Yeah, so, braced, cut, welded, sliced, diced, and my second assistant's back. So if you can make something of this, Lee, go for it. If you can't, well, just remember, I tried. Didn't we? We tried. Yeah. We're going to try. Right. I'm going to turn you off. I'm going to do some measuring. Then maybe we'll turn you back on when we get further on. Come on, guys. Off you get. Come on, down. Come on, you. You look, he's dug his clothes and just sit still. Right. So, I'll plate along there, which will allow me to mimic this, and obviously that is a reasonably good. Now I don't know how far that's going to go inside there. I don't know. I don't care. I think it's in there about 7 inches, to be honest. But considering they're just butt welded together, and there's no strength in them anyway, those there are a lot thinner than the box I'm putting in. So I think we'll be fine. I don't know. You're coming with me to do some measuring, whether you want or not. Right, 29 inches. What do you reckon? 29? Ooh, 26. So he's going well. Yeah, well, that's quite interesting. So he's gone down to 26. So as you can see, he is tapering out. So they are going to be a little bit worse than I thought. How much they're going to be, I don't know, but because I can't see. But if you just put you there a minute, guys, if you get any of this, or if we make a video of this thing, then you'll be indication. I need to have a look at it. This bloody chassis leg is got quite a lot of crud in that one. Going to read a bit of a clear out, but you know. Good old Heath. He was a Robinson. Do that. I know what you're going to say. How do I know when it's going that road? Is it going to be going straight? Well, I don't, do I? I know that this bottom one needs to go in at least another. That's just a guess, but it needs to go in another 60 mil, right? Okay, so that needs to go in 60 mil, like 60 mil. So I'm just roughly guessing this because I want to know what distance I'm going to be. Well, my axle cage is going to be somewhere in the region of 33 inches in width. And then I've got to really, if I want to do this properly, I've got to correct the angle. When I get to here, I've got to get them running parallel, straight back. So I need to get this here box to this, and then I need to really work on this. And I need to really almost to turn that cut through, I don't know, so many degrees is, which is something I have to plan, because I'm going to have to turn that cut round, right, so that when this is coming here, instead of it going off that way and coming out and hitting the bumper corner, it turns like so, comes back, and then it's parallel. So then when I mount the diff, it'll be a parallel level. It won't be, it's not going to be getting wider and wider, which is what I don't want. So yeah. Obviously my homemade flooring, I only need about 15 inches. Yeah, 15 inches, 30 inches, right. Okay, so I've got enough to do that. I've got enough to do that floor all the way to the back. So that'll be good. They're actually quite a flimsy car. This is just, I'm just going to mention this. The roof and everything gives an awful lot of structure, but once you take the roof off and you lose it, they are quite a flimsy vehicle. They do have a habit of like puckering up, I think, in the middle. I've noticed she's a pucker. So I'm going to have to sort of work my magic on this somehow. I just wish I'd sold my jig. I sold the jig. Isn't it funny, when you could have done with the jig, you ain't got it. So I'll have to do it by hand. I'm not going to worry. I don't know how I'm going to do that. I'm going to say my floor's not level, so don't go thinking if I use the floor as a guide. I think probably the only thing that may be parallel is the forks on the lift. But obviously that's going to be biased by whatever I do. So I'm going to have a little bit of biasness going on. Oh shut up, I'll get copyright. Anyway, right, so I'm going to turn you off, say thanks for watching, thanks for liking, and obviously that's Miley, so we'll talk to you in a minute. And as I said, I don't really know how I'm going to do that. I think I've got to get that. I think I need a blitzhole here to get this correct, because I could do that's not going to be affecting me, because that's held by this stupid thing, and obviously this thing. And then I clear those legs out. and then I'm going to get my new sort of top hat section, which is going to come to about here, and then I'm going to get that into there, so I can make that out which wide I want. I think I bent it sort of 4.5 inches, which was the height section, but I've got enough to come, so I could bring the bulkhead back further, and I've just got to fabricate transmission tunnel. And obviously I'm getting to the point where the diff, I don't know. Oh, God. Alright guys, I've got to turn you off there because I'm now confusing myself, and this is getting pretty long. But, thinking about it this way, it could be worse. It could be you. Talk to you soon. That's all right.